Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? I hope you are all well. Have you all had a good weekend? Mine was mostly good, aside from last night. Hey, Pally, how you doing? Yeah, last night I'm going to apologize now. Today's stream is going to be probably very short. Potentially very short at least. I haven't slept since like 12:30 yesterday afternoon. It is now 2 o'clock the following day. So I'm a little on the tired side. But thankfully, what we're doing today is kind of simple, so we don't need to worry about too much thinking. Good. How about me? Tired mostly. Uh, Chloe, hello. How you doing? But yeah, I did a bunch of stuff off stream. Again, not really any progress that kind of stuff. I've made another 20 stacks of bronze. We are going to need to make more of that. In fact, I'm going to put another stack of bronze. Actually, let's do couple, because in the next few, probably tomorrow, we're going to start working on doing the getting all the Steam multis set up. Moving day is indeed here, yes. So yeah, I spent a bunch of time. I'm still smelting random bits and pieces when I can be bothered to find stuff to smelt. I did a bunch of mining. I got a little bit more diamond from the Twilight Forest, along with some graphite and some other bits and pieces. And a bunch more iron as well, which we are going to need, because our coke ovens, our blast furnaces, rather, have been dark for a little while. Also, this guy managed to follow me through from the Twilight Forest somehow, and I don't know how. I'm guessing he just flew through the portal. So, okay, on all the mods. Wait, why all the mods 9? What made you go back to all the mods 9? What the hell's in there? Oh, roger gravel. Okay. See, this is why we need to move. I've got no space for anything anymore. I guess that can stay in there. You're working on the ground. Have they actually got all the recipes in there now? Because last time when I was working on that months and months ago, one of the updates fucked up the recipes for the Greg Star, so I kind of had to stop. Anyway, right. There's no such thing as a short stream, just short streamers. I mean, I might be a short streamer then, I guess. I made the road, or at least the first part of the road around here. This is obviously not all going to stay just as cobblestone. There's going to be a bunch of block variations in here. But I got all that sorted out. I got rid of the hole in the wall that was here. Well, I didn't have enough deep slate bricks on me, and I just used polished deep slate. I made all the barrels. I'm still not entirely convinced about the way that I've got these set up. I think it looks nice. It hides the big wall of bright blue in the midst of the rest of this. But like when you're close, you kind of have to be a little bit precise about where you click, and if you're like too close, you can't get up to the top. But I think it looks better than just having it completely open. And I don't think we can break these down any further either. I don't think. But yeah, when we... Oh, I set these up as well. These are literally just making meadows and forest pieces. There's not really any reason for this. I just was looking for something to do while I was waiting. But having a decent amount of like forest and of the kind of basic drones may help. I don't know. But yeah, we can't... Oh, we can break it down a little bit further, but not really. I'm gonna be a little too thin at that point. I'd like this to have these, but kind of like 2 blocks deep rather than 4. But still kind of 4 blocks wide. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I did light up a bunch of the area. around here. Just torch spam at the moment. So I lit up a bunch of the area around here. It's not fully lit up, but it's good enough for the time being. And this is still stable. All this is kind of working. We are fully backed up on logs now for the time until we added another storage upgrade in there. If we add another storage upgrade in there. I'm kind of wishing I'd done that with dark oak now. The only reason I didn't was because I didn't want to deal with the apples as well. But dark oak would have actually helped with the building. So, and yeah, we're backing up on charcoal, and this will only get up as far as 30 buckets and then start voiding. Ow. I keep doing that. I did realize, though, that this was slightly off center of the chunk. The center of the chunk, I think, was here. So we are, like, just one block off the center, which I didn't realize until afterwards. I think the actual kind of platform this is on is actually 2 blocks off the center. And then the center of the chunk is actually, like, here. Which is I think the center of this. But when I made the ring around here, basically I'd started with this kind of section here and then built out from there, so it's a little bit further out in the front. So I centered this ring here around, so we had like 5 blocks out from the back and 5 blocks out from the front. So since it was slightly longer on this side, this is off center, but that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing off stream. I don't think I did anything else. I obviously went around and did a bunch of like finding of drones and hives. I still need to do a little bit more. And I've got to move them somewhere else so we don't have them constantly giving us flowers. But that's what we've been doing. So the plan today is basically get everything from all the barrels that we've got at home. I think we've got 25 barrel like chests here at the moment. Well, not including these ones over here. But we've got what, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 25 chests here. And the plan is basically just to move all of that over to the new base. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. It's going to be boring as hell. There's probably going to be better ways of doing it, but I am literally just going to move things partially with the dolly, partially just dumping everything into my inventory and moving it over. The adventure into bees begins. It's kind of begun. We have bees. That's as begun as it's got so far. Right, we're going to keep, for the time being, we're just going to keep everything exactly where it is in the chests in the old base. And then we'll organize what needs to go into drawers, once we've got everything moved over. You know, I think I'm actually going to leave all of the chests over there. Exactly, and that's why I like taking why I always like taking my own approach to things. Like you generally come up with more interesting ways of doing things, I find. They're not always the most efficient ways of doing things. I missed some blocks in there, didn't I? They're not always the most efficient ways of doing things, but at least you know you've put the work in yourself and not just kind of copied what somebody else has done. Because that, to me, like, just copying what somebody else has done has just never held any appeal for me. I'd rather do things inefficiently and my own way than copy what someone else has done. Why has that gone weird? Why does that now look like it's not closed? Okay, that one's also looked like it's not closed now. What the hell? Okay, that was weird. Sturmy, how you doing? Straight upgrading it, of course. Although there's not going to be a huge amount of Greg Tech going on today. Not really, anyway. It's mostly just going to be hopping backwards and forwards. Hopefully this won't take too long to do. Once we've got this done, though, we need to start moving the machines and whatnot over as well. That's going to be the fun bit, 'cause I still haven't fully decided where things are going to go yet in the terms of machines. I'm still in two minds whether to... Actually, I really should empty this, shouldn't I? What do I have in here at the moment? Oh, I don't know what all that's doing in there, but we'll get rid of that. Chest organizing day is definitely important. It's especially important today because my brain will literally not let me do anything else. Because I've had... Well, I haven't slept. So yeah, we're just gonna we're gonna wing it today and see if we can get everything moved. If we can start getting the machines set up over here as well, that'll be fantastic. There's still going to be some organization that needs doing because this chest is going to be a bit of a nightmare, I think. And a bunch of this stuff is going to have to go into drawers anyway. How have you been anyway, Sturmy? What have you been up to? Did I empty... Oh, I partially emptied that. Oh, that's fine. We'll empty it properly next time. Like, a lot of this stuff we're never actually going to need, I don't think. I just have to go through what we will need and what we won't. At a later date. This is definitely going to fill this entire barrel up. You exist. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Oh. Actually, what I should probably do is actually leave at least a chest over here. And then just dump all my current inventory in there. It'll make this a little bit easier. And actually, organizing all of this is going to be completely pointless once we get to a request table. But that is still a little ways off yet. This can all just go in here for now. I actually think this is not going to take long at all to do. I also need to look up ways that I can disenchant things. If there's ways I can disenchant things. I'm going to assume there is. Alright, let's leave that lot there. I'll keep this lot on me just in case. Oh my god. So much crap to move. So let's put those into there as well, because we don't know where they're actually going yet. Like 99% of the stuff we've got in here, I think, is going to be moved or destroyed. Hey, floating clipboards, nice. Oh, come on. God damn it. That's fine. Now we've just got one random stripped log on there. We'll fix that later. It's fine. You'll be starting engineering school in September. Nice. You looking forward to it? Did I empty this? Yeah, I did. Well, mostly. This is all the Greg Tech Well, mostly Greg Tech stuff. Yeah, it was fine until they added in the ability to strip logs, and now I definitely would not change the ability to strip logs. But it is kind of frustrating when you're trying to put something on a log. They can go in there. There was something else that... Yeah, that's not supposed to be in there. In fact, none of this stuff is supposed to be in here. Honestly. It will... It will all get removed. Hey, how you doing? Alright. What was all this stuff? Oh, that was all bees stuff, or mostly bees stuff. Don't know if you are yet. Last time you were at school, you really hated it. Hopefully this time's different. Right. Those are all supposed to go in there. Those are all kind of like armor and tools and stuff that I need to sort out. That can be stuff for like bees and forestry stuff, and this can be magic-y stuff. I guess that includes potions. Like Thorncraft, witchery, stuff like that. Can I just eat all these knowledge notes as well? I can. Beautiful. That could have been a busy day. I can relate. I've not really had a busy day. I just haven't slept. Alright. Oh my god. This is what happens when you're a hoarder. Like, I'm not like this in real life. Like, in real life, I'm not a hoarder at all. I'm not sentimental about keeping all sorts of random shit. But for some reason in this game, I hoard everything. Including the 2 random unstable induced axe heads that I accidentally made. I have absolutely no need for. Alright, that was magic-y stuff. Right. I put the books in with the books, I guess, rather than with the magic stuff. Alimentum and Niter can go in there. They can go in there. Wood Ash, I guess, not technically speaking. I guess it is magic. It's witchery. I guess witching gadget stuff can go in there. That was bees stuff. Oh god, all the random ores. So much of this stuff is going to go into drawers soon. We have got so many raw ores. Hopefully, once we can start getting some of the Steam multis up and running, we can actually process all of this. We got all of that, we got all of that, we got a bunch of stuff in there, we got some in there, we got some in there. I've left this far too long to actually sort all this out. I guess we can smelt the iron dust. We'll do that when we get back, actually. Okay. Okay. Let's get the rest of the raw ores as well. Or as many of them as we can fit. Oh yeah, these hold their inventory when they're moved, don't they? Yeah, thought so. I can actually get most of this in here. Although, like I say, a lot of this is going to... Oh, most of it, not all of it, though, unfortunately. Most of this is going to go into... Potentially into drawers. Or just processed. AK, hello. Sorry, I completely missed you there, AK. I do apologize. I am not quite awake today. I'm so sorry. I hope you're well. Like, most of this shit I am, like, never gonna need. Right, no. Ingots go in there. Gem type things go in there. In fact, that all goes in there, doesn't it? So does that. Have compartments and chests full of miscellaneous crap. I'm usually like very organized when it comes to my Minecraft storage, but because of mostly because of like not wanting to do too much or make any like larger barrels or big any drawer systems or anything like that when I knew I was going to be moving, because obviously the more I have of that, the more I have to move. Because of all that, I ended up... Things just ended up getting into a massive mess. And I don't like throwing things away when I don't know if I'm going to need them or not. Like, half the stuff like that flint pickaxe I'm never going to need. Like, half of this stuff I'm never going to need. I need to actually go through it all. And I probably will do once we've got fully moved. Yeah, this is completely... We've got all these bloody wooden shovels that I enchanted while I was... Actually, that can come out of there. That I enchanted while I was doing... was trying to get Silk Touch. I got all these are going to have to go into a... into drawers. How many different... I need to have a look at how many different types of coins there actually are. Because right now, there's a lot of them. Right, they will go in the magic-y stuff. Charm of Keeping? Where do we put that? I guess just in random stuff at the minute. All this lot. What can I just get rid of? Like, the fishing rod, I'm pretty sure we don't need. But I'm going to get rid of the wooden helmet. Don't think we need to worry about the leather tunics or any of the leather armor, honestly. Certainly not the unenchanted stuff. I don't know if we can... I don't even know if there is a way we can pull the enchantments off. I'm going to assume there is. But I'll have to look into it later. Like these two, I think this can all just go. I think I'm assuming there's not much we can do with this. No, we can't even break that down into anything else. So that can all just go. All the coins. And a random bronze shovel. Which that honestly that can just go as well. I don't think we need that. At any point. Not with unbreaking tools. There is a way to do it. Okay. I'm pretty sure Draconic Evolution has something. I know it does in later versions. I can't remember in this. I'm going to assume that I can't get to any of them yet. No, not yet. Not without a little bit of Thorncraft progression. And at least MV. At least not for that method of doing it. Alright, we're getting there. Oh my god, there's even more raw iron. Raw ores. This is, it's gonna take up a lot of space. I think for right now, we're gonna have to use the one next door to it as well for raw ores. I forgot to fill my backpack up. Oops. We've got a lot of time. We've got raw rubber. We got sulfur. I'm trying not to use too much of the raw rubber and sulfur until we get a chemical reactor. I don't know what all that stuff's doing in there, but that's fine. Right, I guess technically these go in with the dusts for now. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. Well, I'll go in with the unprocessed stuff. Actually, I guess we would have had a drawer, a chest specifically for dusts, which would have been this one, until we moved a bunch of them. That is all mostly plantable stuff. More magic-y, potion-y stuff. I mean, I can't wait till I'm actually organized again. Trying to deal with this mess has been painful. But we're getting it sorted. After today, it will all be sorted, one way or the other. And then we can actually get back to trying to make a little bit of progress. And a little bit of progress on the build as well. I'm looking forward to doing that. Right, what do we got? So... I think I'm just going to put all of the... no, I would just not put all the food stuff in here straight away. Anything crop-wise tends to go in here. Seeds go in the bottom drawer. Or seeds and plantable crop-based things go in the bottom drawer. And then it's usually just random organic stuff in here, like kind of just random flowers, bone meal, stuff like that. This one tends to be for food, which I guess technically, apple cider is. Like kind of actual meals. I need to go through all that and go actually see what we can eat. To gain more hearts. It's not an exact science where I put things. It's generally just a rough estimate. Although I'm not sure what paper's doing in there. I guess eggs are technically mob drops. Paper can go with like the non-ingot valuables. Then we got French toast. That's plantable, that's plantable. Those are plantable, those are crops. And a real bottle Jägermeister. I guess that can go in food. It's not really food, but it'll do. Right, okay, so that's all of those. I gotta look at it all. This is such a mess. I really should just leave a bunch of this stuff here. Oh, no. I did slash home instead of slash back. No, we're gonna run all the way over there. Actually, that's a good point. When I was filling in some of the bits for the road earlier, I don't know if I covered over my way out from the nether portal. I have a feeling I might have done. We might have to dig our way out. Don't want anything to do with any of those guys. Oh no, we're good. Didn't quite cover it over. I've still got to do a staircase up to here as well, actually. Right, so that's kind of plant life. That's kind of organic stuff. I guess raw frog is technically food. That's crops. Kind of crops. Glistering. I never know where to put glistering melon because it's kind of melon, but it's not really food. So I'm never really sure where to put it. I guess raw clam is technically food as well. It just needs cooking. And raw crayfish. And the squid can go in there. Water. Organic stuff, I guess. Blueberry smoothie is food. That's more organic stuff. All of the dyes are usually put in organic stuff. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. That does, that does, that does. That does, that does. Clovers? I guess they can stay in there. I don't think we're going to have any use for clovers. They could be good for decoration, though. Possibly the pink petals as well. Although I don't think the pink petals are really going to fit the kind of the look and feel that I want in this place. So food. I guess that's technically food. A lot of foods here that I probably haven't eaten yet. Do we put raw human meat in food as well? Yeah, let's put that in food as well. Lemon tea. All right, we're nearly done with the chests at least. Just the rest of the mob drops. Oh, and we're completing quests. Oh, we've got even more raw ores here. That's all I got nearite nickel, plus a whole load of lapis. And buckets of creosote. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing there, but... Oh, and even... Why have I not kind of smelted any of these ores? I mean, I know why, but, like, why? That's the rest of the mob drops. Oh, most of the rest of the mob drops anyway. Oh my god, I've got all the nickel and wrought iron. And glass dust. Why have we got so much glass dust? I mean, I'm not complaining, but why? I don't know why we've got so much glass dust. Did I run out of space again? I did run out of space again. I bet I can't fit it all in here either. Nope. Okay, well... We have run out of space for raw ores. I was hoping to avoid this for a little bit longer, but I'm going to have to make another chest here. Just for the overflow for now. Oh god, I'm even overflowing into these random chests as well. Not to mention all the food that's in here, but I'm just going to leave all the food that's in here, I think. I don't think we need to take that with us. At least not yet. Alright, that is actually the worst of it done. I might switch this out so we've got, like... Oh, I guess the nether blocks, they're like netherrack and gravel and everything are actually going to go into drawers anyway. Let's actually start putting stuff in there into drawers now, like the netherrack. I think we can get 64 stacks in those, so we can get a decent amount. So if we do those. I think everything else is fine to stay in there. I don't know what the silver wood's doing in there. I'm guessing I just ran out of space in the wood chest before. Cyborn, hello. How you doing? Okay. So now we just got to move all of this lot. Can I be bothered to make another dolly? I'm a little on the tired side, but mostly pretty good. I'll be even better once we've finished moving everything. Unfortunately, we're going to have to move these one at a time because I've only got one dolly and I'm too lazy to make another one. I've got to actually work out before I start putting too much things into drawers if I am actually happy with this color of drawer. I think I am, honestly. I think it's going to work. I think it doesn't blend too much into this. I think I might actually do another variant of the great wood planks in these bits. I don't think this is going to make a difference, but as well, one thing I did notice while I was doing this is that we are going to be over the chunk borders with with like parts of this. I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference though. I hope. There's not any issues in 1.7 with like memory leaks when doing a lot of teleporting, is there? I mean, we're only teleporting a few hundred, how far are we teleporting? Well, there's the home thing. We'll be teleporting like 600 blocks. Shouldn't cause any issues, right? I certainly hope not. Right. Hopefully we'll only need... Oh, I've just remembered that the storage upgrades for... We might have to keep some barrels. Oh, okay, I've actually also got another thing there, apparently. We might have to keep some barrels for now. Just for the things that we are... until we can make some upgrades for the drawers. For things that are larger than... We have more than one drawers worth of. Do they even need to be in drawers? I guess they should be. But they can go in smaller drawers. Wait, we do have drawer trims in 1.7, right? Yeah, we do. How much of a pain are they to craft? Oh, they're not too bad. They should be fine. We can make... Basically, what I'm thinking is I take out this row all around there and then have a trim around there. Then anywhere we put... same on the other side, and then anywhere we put drawers on there. It'll get picked up by a controller when we start using one. Deep Slate's actually going to be another one we might need a little bit more space with. Oh, come on. There we go. So how was everyone else's weekend anyway? What did everybody get up to? I was kind of hoping you guys were going to kind of help me stay awake a little bit today. Gregging, how is the GOG run going? I saw... last episode I saw, you just got to LV, I think. Pretty much what I expected from you, definitely, I'd say. All right. We're nearly there. Obviously, we're going to leave all the machines here so they can continue running until we get stuff set up over this side. Did recyclers today and soon EBF? Wait, recyclers? Are they the IC? Are we talking the IC2 recyclers? For the scrap boxes? Or am I thinking of something else? I think that's just about everything we need to do, isn't it? Need 9 green sapphires for lens. What are the recyclers like to make? Oh, so they've actually got the GT recyclers. I'm assuming these are you. Wait, are they? Wait, is so not. Wait, how do you? Hmm. Is it? What am I? Which recycler are we talking about? Is it? Or can you use the basic recyclers? Oh, the basic recyclers do the same. Ah. So you just. So wait, do you just feed in like cobblestone or whatever, and eventually get scrap boxes out of it at a certain rate? Ah, nice. Okay. Good to know. Um, we could potentially do framed drawers with these, but honestly, I don't think we need framed drawers. I don't think framed drawers are actually going to look all that good. Oh, they're not going to look any better than what we can get from these. I kind of want them to be a little different from the walls and everything else. So we've got Sequoia and Alder. It's Giant Sequoia. Some older ones. Where's the Sequoia? Japanese maple. Wait, where is the Sequoia? I do wish we had an actual, like, search function with these. Ah, there we go. So that's Sequoia. Oh, sorry. Do we want these one higher as well? Not quite what I had in mind. I don't think I need to worry about jumping with these, do I? Because they don't kind of place downwards. Right, if we leave that like that, actually, we'll do the last couple on top of it. What's that? That's older, so we need Sequoia and older. Right, we got some space there, and then we need to do the same with some of the 2x2s and some of the 1x2s. Although I think I do want to make. Oh, that's something we need to move, isn't it? We've got to move the crafting tables and the tools. Oh, and we've got to move the filing cabinets as well, I guess. Right, so this, I guess we just do this basically the same as we did before. Right. Can I make the trims? I can make them with any slab. Okay, good. How many do we need? Oh man, we only get one from this? Ouch. So how many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 30? Okay, we might not have enough slabs for this. We definitely don't have enough slabs for this. Okay, right. Let's... chop those down. Wait, where did I get two more oak drawers from? No idea. Right, if we need 30 of them, we can do these into great wood trims, right? Yeah. Got a ton more wrought iron and nickel plates. This should be enough with what we've got from this. Hopefully, anyway. Right, that should hopefully give us enough. Whether we have enough sticks or not is a different matter. Yeah, that gives us plenty. So we need what? Just under... Oh, no, we only need just under 2 stacks, don't we? So... there we go. That should be fine. You can go back in there. You can go in there. I fell in my hole. I really should put something in that hole. And that's where the steam's going to come upstairs. Although for now, I don't want to fall down it again. All right, where's my chisel? Oh, they're quite nice, actually. Obviously, this isn't going to matter until we actually get a controller, but we may as well get it in place now. There we go. Right, that should be good for later. And if we set these up, again, we do half as alder, half as sequoia, if I can find a sequoia. There it is. How do we start these over here? We started with alder next to things. So we start alder there. Oh my god. I guess we leave it like that for now with just the one extra one. And then we do the same on the other side. Can I make a diamond chisel yet? I should be able to, I think. that will be older sequoia, older sequoia, older sequoia, older sequoia, older sequoia, older. Just so we keep the pattern going. Okay, right. How many stacks can we get in each of these? Is it 8 or 16? 32 in those, 16 in those. Okay. So we should be able to start moving some of these. 1, 2, 3. Won't quite be able to get all of the brown limonite in there. Actually, before we do this, we still need to do something with all these. And I guess we're going to compress some of these down into the higher tier ones. I guess we can continue to use them as well, can't we? Actually use them for pistons, which are a pain in the ass to make. We've got those in there. We've got magic ones. Or dark wizard, rather. Explorers. And blacksmiths and survivors. I guess blacksmiths can go there. Are there any other magic ones? Not that we've got yet. So I guess... Were you down there? We are going to need to get some more ender pearls. Because I do want to make a couple of elevators, if I can. Oh, never mind. We can't make elevators yet, anyway. We need aluminium. And ender pearl plates. Ender pearl plates are... I'm assuming we can't do yet, either. Oh, no, we can. And just steel. Yeah, it's the aluminium we're missing, then. Oh, never mind. That's fine. Right, you can go in there. You can go in there. And then we'll just kind of compress those down, I guess. And then you can go back down into there. Perfect. Alright, so... I'm going to just start putting some of the, like, random ores that we have a lot of into some of these. Not going to be able to get all of them, but we can get a decent chunk, I think. Wakarana, how you doing? What else have we got? Have we got any more chalcopyrite in here? I've got a little bit, but not a ton. Got a bunch of banded iron. So, logistics pipe in your GTNH base? Send help, please. I'm planning on doing that at some point in the hopefully not too distant future, but we kind of really need to get to MV before we start, just so we can get the request table. Oh, do we go with... Yeah, I go with the raw iron, I guess. And that. And we can clear a little bit of this. Well, actually, we can clear a ton of that out, in fact. I guess the nickel and garnerite, since we've got a bunch of that as well. Guitar Lilin, hello. Items go. They do indeed. I imagine that gets laggy later on, but it is nice to see. Lazurite, I'm just going to dump somewhere at the top of here because I don't really care about Lazurite right now. probably the same with cobaltite, although we do... Actually, the cobaltite can go with the nickel and the garnierite, since they're kind of in the same vein. I guess we leave... Oh, we've got some more raw iron in here, which we had over here. Can I condense all of this down yet? Oh, bear in mind, I've still got a whole bunch of other stuff to do as well, haven't I? That's in here. Probably be switched way to ASAP. The LP network won't reach the critical size, I guess. No, I would be surprised if it did. Although I am planning to see if I can set up auto crafting with it. Mostly, not because I think it's going to be a good idea. Mostly just because I haven't done it in a long time. And I kind of want to play around with it. I guess we do take the galena and the lead as well and put those... Let's put the galena and the lead down here. What else have we got a lot of? We've had a little bit of limonite. We haven't... I guess we got space for it, technically. Actually, let's... There's so many things that give us limonite. That give us iron. Thank you for that, Lurk. I appreciate it. Alright, what else can we shift in there? Let's put the yellow limonite in there as well. I should probably put these by the actual ingots themselves, but that just feels a lot like hard work. Have we got more we can put in there of the iron? I guess we can do the magnetite as well. I kind of want to move that and put the malachite there. It's part of your skip. That's an AE thing for you. Honestly, I just want to see if I can remember how to do it more than anything. And I'm kind of enjoying taking my time going through this as well. Let's put coal in there. It seems to be that this is pretty much going to be largely where we put a bunch of our ores. We can actually get most of this out of here now. But I think we can get all of this out of here. Right, what have we still... Have we got anything else in here? Oh, there's cassiterite sand. The diatomite and the asbestos can just go out of the way up here as well and join the lazurite. Just spend the night till 6 AM making the base a little more pretty. It always feels a lot nicer when you do that, doesn't it? And we can actually repurpose that filing cabinet now for possibly seeds. You saved it? How was your weekend, Guitar Lauren? Alright. So now we're going to move all this stuff into here. I'm going to try and keep the ingots. Actually, what am I doing that for? Have I got my magnet on? I'm going to try and keep the ingots somewhat central. Fun, but also exhausting. Well, at least it had the fun bit with it, I guess. That's a good thing. Right, I'm going to put copper at the bottom. Bronze above it. And then tin above that. Guess redstone we can put there. The rest of the stuff are the blocks. Just go in there. We've obviously got a whole bunch of cobblestone there, but we'll keep more here. D&D Saturday evening, Dragon's Bane Sunday, and watching streamers D&D to decompress. Was that by any chance the gigs thing? Because I saw a little bit of that. I really want to watch the VODs back, both of their character creation thing, because I've never actually seen like character creation in D&D. So I'm kind of curious to see how it gets explained to them, like, and how it works. So I'm kind of looking forward to watching that back. I think I'm just going to leave this in a barrel. Honestly, I don't imagine, like, the main reason we want to put stuff into these is, like, if we need it for automation at any point. Or if we're potentially going to need it for automation at any point. They did it in a very strange order, according to you. Okay. Was it kind of potentially, like, was it an order that made sense if you're a kind of a complete beginner to it? Or was it, did it just not make sense at all? All right. I don't think we need to take those out of there yet. Okay, so sands. You can go there. I've still got bits outside I need to move as well. I think these, like the sticks and these, like, they don't need a full draw. Like, I think these can just go, like, up here for now. Not make sense to all to you? Oh, okay. I did see a little bit of it. And it did look like they were having fun. Although Grian seemed to be his usual somewhat chaotic self. Where's that dolly gone? I keep forgetting we can lock these. Okay. Where is my sleeping bag? All right. This is actually going considerably faster than I expected. Which is nice. We do still have all of the stuff out here to move as well, unfortunately. Like, all this stuff needs to be moved as well. Chaotic Grim works a lot better in D&D for you. I think the one little bit that I saw was basically there was kind of some kind of combat situation in a bar, I think, and I think the first thing Grian did was just basically reach over the bar for a bottle of wine and start drinking it. And that's the little bit that I saw. I tried not to watch too much because I didn't see it from the start. I kind of wanted to watch the whole thing. I don't know why I didn't just break that outside. That would have been the sensible option. But when do I ever take the sensible option? Okay, so now we've got all of this junk to move. You know what? I think I might just leave this out here for now, at least part of it. I'm going to grab the grass and probably the terracotta, because those can be used for other things as well. And I kind of think we're just going to put some of this stuff into here. So we're never going to have, like, huge amounts of it, at least not yet. Are we talking about my moving van? Yep, we are. Today is moving day. We're very, very slowly moving. It's still going to be a little chaotic for a little while. But hopefully... I don't know why I'm planning on keeping so much netherrack, by the way. I think it's just because I use it so much for scaffolding. We'll put some excess in there for now. Have I got space in there? I do. Oh, God. This is horrible. There's just so much crap here. Mahogany wood. I think this is a later judge problem. I'll take the other bits, but I think this is a later judge problem. Alright, mahogany wood goes in there. Dirt. I do want to keep as much dirt as possible. The cobblestone should fit. That will go in there. Those will go in there. Okay, I think that's most of what we want to get moved now. I think I'm going to take the... Actually, I'm going to leave the block pallets there for now. Double check to make sure. The one thing I haven't actually been keeping track of is whether this is keeping up with water. Oh, it seems to be. I hear a zombie, but I don't know where the zombie is. Unless it's you making that noise, Rabbit. Don't think it... Oh, wait. Is the zombie inside here? Oh, yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, let's just leave him there. We'll light that up in a little while. I didn't have a chance. I completely forgot afterwards, Tyborn. I went to get some food and then completely forgot. And then I tried to get an early night, or an early-ish night, and that failed miserably. So I kind of just ended up spending last night about 12 hours lying in bed, being unable to sleep. The link has been posted in my Discord, though, so I can at least kind of hopefully remember to check it tonight. Because it did sound really interesting. Right. A zombie rabbit would be bloody scary, I agree. Right, they, I guess, can go into there for now. I'll put the cells into there for now. Keep hold of most of this, but we'll put the torches, the excess torches in there. I'll take the bee outside with the rest of the bees. Okay, there we go. That is, I think that's all the items moved. The next thing... Next thing we've got to do is figure out where we're actually going to put all the machines. Now, I'm still thinking that we put... I can't actually see up to the ceiling here. Can I break that? Ah, break. Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? I'm still thinking that we put... right, I think it'd be that one. Yeah, I'm still thinking that we bring a, at least for now, we bring a pipe up here and we put the LV machines somewhere up here. So we'll bring the pipe up here. Possibly move it over on here and then have the kind of like 4 steam turbines stacked up here. And then just have an LV, a 4 amp LV cable, like tin cable, running across here just to put all of our kind of like incidental machines there. So we've actually got somewhere to put all of that we don't have to go too far for. I was hoping that we would have elevators. So like, even though we have the stairs here to use, I was hoping that I could still use elevators. We can't get to them yet. unfortunately. I am going to replace these, though. So we are going to have to move up and down, which is a little annoying because I wanted the other one to be able to get down into the basement down here, which I started digging out. We need to, the center of the basement is going to be here. And down here, I think I want to put all of the steam multis. We're probably going to have to drop this down quite a bit, though, for that to work. Or the other option is we kind of go up a little way and then instead of bringing this pipe all the way into the center here, at this height, we kind of bring it up to the edge of the room. Then lift it up a little bit across, and then we can branch off that pipe for wherever the steam machines go, and then bring everything else up to the top. So that's kind of the plan. But this needs to be the... I had that in the wrong place, didn't I? Yeah, I've dropped down in the wrong place. We need to be here, one block over. So this is where we actually want to be. Around here. Wait, what happened to that piece of wood that we just lost? Oh no, I didn't break a piece of wood, did I? It was deep slate. Problem is that feels incredibly close to this. And we're obviously going to have to cover the pipe coming up here. Right, how much steam are we going to have to transfer for 4 LV turbines? Consumes up to 1,552 liters of steam. Actually, that's something I'm a little confused about. Is the 1,500 up to 1,552 liters of steam per second? Because the maths doesn't seem to add up with that. Because it's 2 steam to 1 EU, but it's only 85% efficient. So for one turbine, you would think 64 steam per second. Well, 64 divided by 0.85, which will give you 75.29 steam per tick. Multiply that by 20, it's only 1,505. So, or 1,506, I guess, rounding up. Where does the extra steam go? That's what I'm confused about, unless my maths is wrong here, which is very, very possible. That'll be what, 64 times 20 at maximum efficiency, and then divide that by 0.85. Yeah, no matter how I do this, I'm getting 1,506. So, like, where's the extra steam going? And do I need to account for that or not? I imagine I kind of do. But either way, we're going to need 2 more steam turbines, which this is actually going to be kind of awkward, I think, setting this up. I've also got to think about how we want to actually set this up. What I'm kind of thinking is if we want to have like a 4 amp... Is that the right place? Yeah. If we want a 4 amp cable coming across here, I guess what we kind of want to do is probably have like a steam turbine there and there, and a steam turbine there and there. And then that way we get a little less space in between them. Or do I want to... I hate decisions. How many machines are we realistically going to need? A few, at least. But if we do it like that, we bring the steam up to here, then across to this block, and then up, and then into 2 steam turbines. And then we just have like 4 amp cable kind of going across there and then out that way and that way. I think that would work. But what do we need to transfer in time? What do we need in terms of pipes? 6,000 liters per second is not going to do it, is it? So maybe we just we just continue the large potan pipe up to this floor from the bottom and then do it that way. That might be the way to go. So if we bring it up to there, and then across, and then up, then we do turbine there, turbine there, turbine there, turbine there. Is that going to work? Is that going to be the better way to do this? Or are we going to be better off having just 4 turbines? I feel like we want to bring this... I feel like we actually want to bring this further along here. Anyway, along the floor. Did I bring all those potan ingots with me? Because we're kind of going to need those over there, aren't we? Oh, we haven't got a great deal left. Eee. I feel like we would be better off bringing this across here. A little way, just so we've got a little more space to work. Even if it's just like a couple of blocks. Like there, and then we bring it up. There. I think that'll work. And we shouldn't actually need to put the covers on here, strictly speaking. Like we're never going to be in a situation where we're walking over that. We might want to put covers over all of this, or at least put something around it. So we don't accidentally walk into a steam pipe. I'm definitely going to need to make more of these pipes, though. Oh, I can't reach. God damn it. Once again, I'm too short. Yeah, we need like 2 more of these at least. Okay, right, let's go make a couple more. Everything should still be working back at the other base. I think the large ones each take 6. And we are going to have to move more stuff around later. So let's just do as many of the large ones as we can. And we may as well just stick to everything being large pipes. Oh, wait, hang on, we got that. We do actually have quite a few machines that we are going to have to put on there. And I'm going to have to make the 4 amp tin cables as well. Those needs... I don't know how many of these we're going to need. A few. Oh, do I want to set it up so we've got a battery buffer there as well? Or am I not bothered about the battery buffer? I'm not really bothered about the... I don't think we need to worry about the battery buffer. We could probably fit one in if we need to, but I don't think we're going to need to worry about it. But right now, we just kind of want to get stuff in here and working. I'm still trying to work out how far line mode actually goes. Because sometimes... I think we kind of figured out that it's stops when the contents of the pipe change. So if I stand on this now... Ow. Yeah. Okay. So let's go and make some tin cables. I don't have any in here, do I? I have... No, not really. Let's grab that. I think we're going to... For right now, at least. No, stop stripping log. Actually, strip logs actually won't be too bad in the middle of here, I don't think. Now that I think about it. Actually help to kind of differentiate it a little bit. We do still need to cover those as well. Okay, right. Let's go and make some tin cables. Don't actually know how many we're going to need, but we will find out. Oh. We're going to run out of steam. And then as soon as we got some cables up there, we can basically just shift all of this from here over to there. And that'll be all the LV machines moved at least. I do still occasionally use some of the steam ones. Oh, that's why we ran out of steam. I was making more bronze, wasn't I? I don't know how I feel about having a big pillar in the center of here, though. I kind of like to be able to see, like, coming through the door and being able to see the barrel wall. I mean, we've at least got, I guess, got 5 blocks of space between here and there, but... I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Oh, I see. Running away, eh? You yellow bastard!
Joe, I appreciate the luck. My machine pillars. Which machine pillars? Do you mean the ones with the pan provider in the center and the 4 machines around it? Yes, I know you ran out of power. Stop complaining. Yes, they do. Usually, anyway. Right, I should probably turn you off for a minute. Oh, I haven't got a soft mallet over here now, have I? I mean, I guess the best way to find out is just to try them. See if they work out. What's the goal from this mod pack? The goal for this mod pack is to make the Stargates. Which is not an easy task, to say the least. We need... What the hell even is that? Molten magnetohydrodynamically constrained star matter. To make a magnetohydrodynamically constrained star matter plate. Yeah, there's a lot of craziness to get to the end game of this. With quite literally millions of items needed. In fact, I think it's more in the billions of items. It's kind of, it's widely considered to be one of the most difficult mod packs. Right. Let's just do all of those. Do I have any rubber sheets at the moment? No. Are you going to let me make rubber sheets without complaining too much? Yes, good. Thank you. Right, so I guess the way we're going to want to do this, it's going to be... The sooner we can get to superconductors, the better. Oh, I kind of need one more. Or at least I want one more. That's fine, though. We are making a little bit more. Oh, never mind. We got some here. Since you have so many machines left over now from rebuilding the base with the programmable thingies, now thinking about making the machine pillars with transformers so everything is running one power tier all the time. That should work. Are you just out of curiosity, are you transferring the power throughout your base using superconductors, or are you transferring fuel to kind of energy producers? Basically, you transferring the power or the fuel around. If you're transferring the power around, then transformers are definitely a good. I would say are definitely a good idea. Steam and EU. Oh, you're doing both. Okay. Cool. I finally got my first manganese phosphide made last night on before I went to bed on Sky Greg. So I can finally actually make superconductors. It's going to be fantastic. Well, I've been holding off progressing too much because I kind of want to get as much of the AE2 stuff passived as possible. Steam out to the different power tier areas and EU within them. That makes sense. Right. I think we are ready to shift some of this stuff over. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move one of these at a time. I left my wrenches at home, didn't I? I'm going to move one of these at a time and then get some machine set up, make sure everything is running as expected. 20 mod packs for automation farms. This is definitely one that needs a shit ton of automation. So unfortunately, we can't get to it too early. But most mod packs will give you the ability to automate. A lot of it is just kind of how you choose to do so. And whether it's, if it's kind of any kind of expert pack, how they gate things. But most packs will allow you to do that. And have the ability to do it. Why am I trying to attach this with a... Wait. Can I not attach the large pipes directly to turbines? Oh, Jesus Christ. We said this was going to happen. I forgot it was in line mode. Well done, me. There we go, right. So, we should have some power in there now. Less thinking about it, just do it. I mean, progress has already been stalled for so long anyways. I need to have things automated as soon, soon in that world because I'm starting to lose interest a little bit. Wiley, how you doing? Right, let's take the basics, the wire mill, the bender, polarizer, and lathe for now. We're gonna get a bunch of plates in our inventory. That's fine. So we'll set these up. I can't remember which ones took the most power. It doesn't really matter. We can move them around anyway. Right, that should have power. That should have power. Oh, shit! Oh, you... I broke the cutting machine and not the lathe. I lost all of the lube that was in there. Ah, you idiots. Crap. Oh, well. That's fine. I'm going to lose the cover on there, aren't I? That's fine. Right, let's go put the lathe over there. I think if we put... the lathe should be fine there, I think. We're not going to have enough space for everything on this line. That's okay, though. We can work with it. Right, you can all go into there. Lock can go there. Okay, right, let's just sleep quickly. Oh, I just screwed up again, didn't I? Did I mention I haven't had any sleep? I am making all the mistakes today. Right, that's got glue in it. What did I use the distillery for? Oh, that was we were using that for making the lube, weren't we? That's right. And then that's... Oh, wait, does it keep the covers on it? Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. Okay, we are back here. Good. Okay. Where's my stairs? Right, so... I guess we put, like, the centrifuge down here. Actually, the centrifuge doesn't take a lot, I don't think. So if we put the centrifuge further over here... Put the ULV tank. Which side is that conveyor? I actually can't tell. Oh, it's on the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, so we were also outputting the fluid to that side. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, so you go there, you go there. We need more barrels. We've got the basic extruder. Again, this doesn't... I don't think... Actually, do we even need to use the extruder anymore? Actually, no, we have been using the extruder a little bit. We have used the extruder a little bit for the rotors and the large pipes, just to make life a little easier. And the distillery... Where did I put the cutting machine? There it is. If we put the distillery there, we can then put more creosote in here and to get that into the cutting machine so we actually have a little bit of lube in there. Estu, how you doing? Oh, I just put my wrench away. I am making all the mistakes today. I need that. How you doing today, Estu? How's GTNH going? Right, so we're gonna take... Do I have anything in any of these, fluid-wise? No, right, let's just grab you, and you... And you... Should have enough inventory space for that. And then I guess we bring this with us now. And, of course, the important bit, the trophy. Can't forget the trophy. Gotta get back to work, though, so GTNH has to wait. Okay, just finished getting common and cultivated bees ready to build up in the background. But the extent of my bees so far is... this. This is kind of it. I'm just building up some of the meadows and forest drones. Mostly because I needed something to do while I was doing other things. Okay, so let's put the other turbine there. I need, ow, to not step on steam pipes. That's what I really need to do. We'll get up to there. We do need to make 2 more of these. And probably some more of the 4 amp cables. But I'm probably not going to worry too much about that until we have superconductors. I still haven't decided where I'm actually going to put our first EBF as well. It's probably going to have to go down in the basement with like where the rest of the multis. Right, I think we're going to have like the assembler and the fluid extractor there. And then I think we're good with that, honestly. I think that's all of the machines brought over. It's going to be a little annoying having to run up and down between the floors for now, but not a huge amount I can do about that right now. What did I need? I wanted a... Where's my crowbar? In my backpack. Oh, it's in my backpack. Okay. Because I very much want to grab these. Right, I think we can... We are actually going to need the canner, I think, in the not too distant future to if we make any batteries. But for now, that is all the LV stuff moved. Celestial, how you doing? Ah, wrong side. There we go. Doing good, how about me? I am tired, mostly. Ah, I can't get into there to get that. Not without moving the... I guess I could move the cable. Oh, that's fine. It'll be fine. Potentially. Yeah, I've been awake since 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Stayed up till 10 a.m. Set up your server again after your old HDD drive. Died, rather. That sucks. Did you manage to get it all sorted? Right, I guess we put the canning machine up there for now. That can go... I fuck knows where. There, I guess, for now. We'll figure stuff out with that later. Alright, so what else we got to do? We need to put... barrel there, barrel there, barrel there. And I guess we want to do one under the assembly machine as well. Okay, it was a niche server. OS, you want to learn it? Fair enough. Okay, right. So that is the majority of things moved, honestly. I've heard of Sun Microsystems. Aren't Sun Microsystems the people behind Java? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I thought so, yeah. They got both, they got bought by Oracle? Oh, okay. Right, okay, so we want to put, well, I want to put all of the Steam multis down here when we start making them, because that's kind of, while there's still more organization to do in here, that is kind of my next goal, I think. Debating if you want to go for the 48 coke ovens or just stick to a more reasonable number and do low pressure boilers. I mean, the amount you'll get out of it power-wise, it will be considerably less if you use the low pressure ones. Hang on, let me find the spreadsheet. Because with the setup that I've got at the moment, with high pressure, we're getting each of the 2 boilers is giving us 320 steam per tick. With the low pressure, it goes down to 80 with each of them. Let me see the max size for low pressures. Yeah, max size low pressures are 360 steam per tick. 7,200 per second. So that's what, 180. Are you doing a single one running off both? Or oh no, you said 2, didn't you? Yeah. So how much would that be? Bear with me here. So what, 360 times 2? Well, actually, it'll be 300, roughly a potential 360 EU per tick. But obviously, with MV, I think is it 75% efficient or 80%? I think it's 75, isn't it? Yeah, 75%. So that'll be what, 360 times 0.75. So 270. Yeah, so just over 2 amps of MV. Okay. Let's see. How big are we going to need to make this room? If we want to, I kind of want to put my ore processing, like all the multis for the ore processing down here as well. Although I'm also in 2 minds about putting that in its own separate building. I think I'm probably going to put it in its own separate building, honestly. To be fair, it's not the clay and the sand that's the major pain in the ass. At least it wasn't for me. With the ovens, it's kind of doing all the pipe work and everything for it. And that's only with 48 of them. If you ever do any more than that, it's just a major pain in the ass. Right. So, where are we looking for this? Where am I going? Mass processing. So we need to go through the multi-block revolution quests. So the steam machines you've been using until now have served you well, but there will be a time when you need to process even more items. That's where the so-called multi-blocks come in. There's a variety of steam multi-blocks available to you. Go have a look at the mass processing quest tab. This tab introduces you to a wide range of extremely powerful multi-block machines that can replace your old worn-out single blocks, and some that can replace your old multi-blocks. Many of these new machines will require you to handle additional mechanics and requirements, but it will be worth it. Here are some of the some terms you should be familiar with as you enter the world. Multi-blocks. Overclocks. If a machine can handle at least 4 times the voltage that is required for a recipe, it will overclock, causing it to require 4 times the EU per tick, but also run twice as fast. And perfect overclocks, often phrased as does not lose efficiency when overclocked. Some machines conditionally or unconditionally perform perfect overclocks. In this case, the machine will require 4 times the EU per tick, but it will run 4 times as fast, instead leading to both increased speed and no net increase in total EU usage. And parallels, often phrased as processes X items, machines which parallel act as if they are running multiple of themselves. That is to say, they are able to perform multiple of the same recipe at the same time using the recipe's EU per tick multiplied by the number of parallels. Machines which parallel will prioritize this behavior over overclocking, which is good for you. Parallels are more efficient. Input separation refers to a machine's behavior when choosing inputs for a recipe. With input separation on, you must have all required items for a recipe in one bus. With input separation off, you can split item inputs of a recipe between multiple buses. When working with multi-blocks, if power is interrupted during operation, your inputs will be lost forever. Careful. Good to know. I knew most of that anyway, except that actually the one bit I didn't know of all that was the input separation bit. I mean, I knew you lost items when the power was interrupted, and I knew about putting things in there, but I didn't know there was actually a mode that you could set for them. The ones that we really want right now, though, are... Where is it? This, the steam grinder. Let's get rid of all this lot. We don't need that now. Oh, actually, we do need the LV steam turbine. Yeah, we want the... There we go. We want the steam grinder. This is before I set up a proper ore processing thing. We probably want the compressor. The compressor is going to be useful as well. And the alloy smelter. The bit that I'm not actually sure about, when it says 125% speed, does that mean, say there's a 10-second recipe? Is that like, I'm assuming that's not 125% of the duration. It's, so say it's a 10-second recipe, it will be like 8 seconds. Or would it be 12.5 seconds? I'm never entirely sure with that. I kind of want to get one of the multi-blocks built to find out. And I'm assuming it's 62.5% steam usage per recipe. So if it's running 8 in parallel, it will do 8 times whatever it is and then multiply by 0.625. I would assume. So those are the 3 that I really want to get set up now. Yeah, it always confuses me as well, Stu. Like, it's just kind of the wording of it. Once I know how it works on one of the machines, it'll be fine, but... So yeah, we've got the grinder. And the other thing we want is a steam furnace of some description, which I'm assuming we haven't been given a new one. We've just got this one, the steam oven, which is the other thing I want. So these are the things I want, and I kind of want to put these down in the basement. So what I might do is... this is basically the chunk as I align them. With this in this... No, this is the center. What I might do is I might just leave this center point, like, kind of more decorative for now, and then just dig out a little way around the edges here, and then we can bring the steam from here around to wherever it needs to go. But I'm still in 2 minds about whether I want to drop this down a little bit further so this is not quite as close to us while we're in, like, while we're stood in here. Like, so either drop the room down or move this up. Once we get to, like, the edge of where this is going to be. Haven't quite decided that yet. But I do know that I want to put the multi-blocks kind of off to the sides. Well, no, it's either way. We're gonna get the same. The room is going to be the same height, so it's either going. This is either going to be dropped down or this is going to be raised up. Either way, we'll have the same height. And we've got a good few blocks before the actual. Like this is Y59, and the underside of this is like Y69. So we've got like 10 blocks. Above us. Can anybody remember the range of elevators? Is it 21 blocks or 20? Is it 20 or 21 blocks? Something like that. I can't remember what the range of them is. Anyway, I'm not gonna. I'm possibly not gonna be building the centrifuge in here. It's 20 if you remember correctly, Triz. That's what I couldn't remember if it was like 20 or 21. But now that you've said that, the centrifuge is probably not the worst idea to set up in here as well, and have another one for the ore processing setup. So the centrifuge is probably another good one to have in here. But yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 blocks tall. I think it's the open blocks ones. Yeah, it's the open blocks ones. Oh, by the way, Triz, I'm not sure how serious you were about asking about like how I get the center of a chunk or not, or whether that was just a kind of somewhat jokey question. If you were serious, I can kind of explain how, like, I can show you how I lay stuff out to make it work. If you're interested, that is, like. In the meantime, though, we need to have a look at how big each of these. So that the grinder's only 3x3. That's 3x4. Well, 3x3x4. Not having a chunk sensor. You kind of can have a sensor, sort of. Like the way I always do it, though, is I find the northeast corner, and then go outside of the chunk, and then there'll be like a border. Hang on, let me get. There'll be like a border around there, and then when we get to the next chunk over, I'll do the same thing, and then it basically works out in such a way that the the southwest corner of every chunk, or the south and the west corner, have a border on them, and then that leaves a 15x15 area. Then when you go to the next chunk, you've got a border along the south side again, so it just leaves this 15x15 area in the middle, which obviously 15x15 has a center point, and it just means you've got a 1-block border around it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's basically you've kind of got so that would be one. So I've gone too far there. That would be one chunk. So this like kind of 3x3 area would be one chunk, and then the next chunk over, you would do the borders on the same side, and then the next chunk up, you'd do the borders on the same side. And then just continue it like that, and you just end up with a. You obviously get that 1-block border on each side, on 2 of the sides, but you just end up with a 15x15 area. I'm trying to think of the easiest way I could do an example of it. Hold on. Right, okay. Let's figure this out. Right, so you know what? Let's just go into a creative world. That's going to be easier. Okay, right. So let's just use Deep Slate for this. So say we do it do the full chunk here. It doesn't matter which corner you go to, as long as you take the same corner on each side. So for me, I always have the northeast corner on the outside. So you go. So that would be like where the borders go, and then you'd come across 15 blocks from that corner. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, that would come over to there. So you come across 15 blocks. That would leave you at that point, and then you'd have another corner there, and then you'd bring out a border there. Let me just actually go over a few chunks, so we can actually see it in a larger area, especially with the chunk borders shown. It gets a little easier to see. I'm sure there's a quicker way of placing these blocks, by the way. And if I just do, like, a 2x2 area of chunks, hopefully that should be enough. It doesn't help that when you place blocks down in 1.7, or at least in this pack, for some reason there's sometimes just like a little bit of a delay on the placement of it. But anyway, this is kind of the way it works. So you see, like, in this chunk, the west side and the south side have a border, like, within the chunk border. And then the rest is just open space. And then in the next one, again, you've got one on the south side within the border. And did I put that in the wrong place? No, and on the west side, inside the border as well. Does that kind of make sense? So you've got this 15 by 15 space in the center where you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's the center point. So you got 7 blocks out to each side. Does it make sense? Does that make sense? It just, like, you don't need to do it this way. This is just like the way that I've always found easiest to make sure that I've always got a center point on it. You have a border around 2 of the sides, but you do have a center point in each chunk. Does that make any more sense? I'm very bad at explaining things, especially when tired, so I do apologize. Like I say, I'm sure there's other ways to do it. That's just the way that I always do it. It does make it a little bit more awkward when you're trying to kind of build aesthetically as well. And you're trying to make things fit within chunk borders while also keeping the kind of the aesthetic feel that you're going for. Right, so I think the way we're going to do this is we are pretty much going to do what I said. I might actually plan out where we're going to put each of the multi-blocks. That's where you do it. Even rooms are not acceptable. Agreed. I agree. Although you can't do it in Hightail, which is really annoying because they haven't got any peaked roof pieces, like center peaked roof pieces, which is really annoying. Yeah, it is really annoying, Triz. I 100% agree. I mean, I'm guessing there are like technical reasons, I guess, for them doing it as 16 blocks rather than an uneven number, but it does make it very difficult to keep things kind of centered. Right, so if we're going to have the multi-blocks here, how much space do we need for each of them? So, like, the steam grinder, we may end up having more than one of each of these as well. But if we have it so, like, the front of this, these will be, like, knocked back into the wall, but I just kind of want to see where they're going to fit in terms of, like, placement of them. So the grinder... We're not worried about putting these in any kind of order. These are not going to be, like, directly for ore processing. We'll do that, a separate setup elsewhere for that. But these are just for, like, what we need at the moment. So we need the grinders. We need the squashers, which are also... They're 3x4, aren't they? So we can basically do them in the same space. What I'd like to do... That be there. I'd like to kind of have like a couple of the multi-blocks that side, a couple of them that side. And then if we have any other bits and pieces, put them on like the back wall. Has to be doing. Yeah, I figured it was something to do with that. I never really know much about how like the back end of computer systems work and like that side of things. Like a lot of it I can kind of guess at, but that's about it. Right, the steam fuser. Oh, that's actually smaller than I thought it'd be. Okay. So the steam fuser would be there. We could probably put there. Is that out? Yeah, that's enough space in between those. Then we've got plenty of space there to kind of decorate a little bit here and still be able to get to like the inputs and outputs and what have you. The awkward one is going to be the separator. And the steam oven, because the steam oven is fucking 2x2. Speaking of even numbered things, the steam oven is 2x2. And I don't think these, being railcraft, I don't think they can wall share either, so I couldn't even have like 2 of them. Unless I'm wrong about that, which I kind of hope I am. But I don't think I am. Hey, Wolfie. So, and then I guess we do the centrifuge like that. Do we don't really need we might need a mixer as well down here though. We might need the mixer down here as well. That, in fact, the mixer would probably be a very useful one to have as well. And that's even bigger. Fun times. Right, that is... Okay, that can go on the back wall, I guess. So that's what, 7x7? Wait, how tall is that? 7x6x7. So yeah, the mix is 7 blocks tall. So that we'd have, I guess... it's what, 7x7. So that, I guess, could be on the back wall. These would obviously be pushed into the actual walls there, and then this center bit would be open. Mixers are great for milkshake. All right, so how far back do we need to go, and how far down do we need to go? We'll have to go back that way a little bit as well. We are going to have to divert this, though, because this is kind of where the sewer system's going to be. And obviously, we don't want that going straight through our basement. Also, I'm aware this is off-center, before anyone pointed out. It wasn't intended, but it also doesn't matter too much, because we're going to have 3 lines coming down here eventually anyway. One there, and one there. So it should be fine. But yeah, we're going to have to divert the sewer, which is what this thing is essentially going to be. It's going to have to go round here and round to the back of the building and out that way, and same the other way. Never used the mixer much before getting single blocks. I mean, it could, the downside to it is, I guess, it can only do up to LV recipes, but I'm assuming it can do... Wait, can it do anything useful? I'm assuming it can do things like Potan and... although the Potan doesn't really matter because we can do that as efficiently any other way. So maybe we don't need the mixer. We'll keep that space open in case we do need it. But we don't necessarily, strictly speaking, need it, I guess. Right, so I'd like this to be that we have... I think I'd actually kind of like the front of this to be maybe like 1 block back from like the chunk border. So at that kind of level. So kind of the front of it here, then it'll be like 3x3 back this way. I don't know if I'm going to need to get to the sides of these or not. I'm not actually entirely sure. Good times, Open Power. How you doing? But I'm kind of thinking if we've got the front of it going across there... And then we can have... that will be the size of the grinder. What I'd like to do is to be able to drop this down far enough that we can add like a couple of them if we want to. And then that would come back to there. So we kind of want to go at least maybe a couple of blocks back from this. Maybe not too much more than that, though. So maybe back to about there. You doing good? How about me? I am tired, mostly. But I'm alright. Oh, I found another hole. I think this is lit up properly. Oh, this takes us outside, and that's where... Oh, is that going to be a problem? Well, to be fair, it's not going to be a problem. That's not going to be staying there anyway, so that'll be fine. Okay, if we come back to here, and we don't need to go too far back that way. I think I'm going to bring this out one more block, so I'd like it to be 3 blocks and then the wall. Check source code, open blocks, elevators, Gabs 20, and GTNH has not changed it. Okay. So we should have plenty of vertical space to be able to knock this down. Because I think I would prefer to drop this down rather than building up. It's going to be a lot easier just to keep this level all the way around where it needs to go, rather than kind of coming out to here to like wherever the edge of the room is, then going up and then across and then also going out that way. It's going to be awkward. So if we just keep this at this height and then just drop it down, that will be good. But that is where the wall's going to be. I'd like at least the same amount of space on this side, so like 3 blocks and then a wall. So that would be where the wall is. Just so we've got plenty of space for kind of like any kind of decorating in here. And this is actually going to have to come out a little bit further, isn't it? Because this is going to be... The border's going to be here. Oh, that's going to be the level of border. And we want the multi-block to start 1 block back. So the multi-block will start there. And then it's what, 5? What did we say it was? 5 by 5 for the centrifuge? Yeah, 5 by 5 by 5. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So FYI, the config says that there can only be 4 blocks covering the gap between the elevator before a TP fails. Oh, there probably won't be any blocks at all, honestly, by the time we're done. Or there will be very few of them. But yeah, that's good. That is good to know. I didn't realize there was a limit. I'm sure at one point it used to be that there couldn't be any blocks in between at all. Is that definitely for the 1.7 open blocks ones, by the way, Triz, or is it for newer versions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, and then we've got to go 1 more block out. So we've got to go out to, like, there. So wait, what? What's that? That's 632. Reading GTNH configs. Okay. So definitely for GTNH then. That is good to know. Right, where are we going? 632. Yeah, to there. All right. I think it's actually quicker to use the regular shovel than it is the excavator at this point. Since we can insta-mine with the regular shovel. Right, so that should keep... Oh, hang on. That's going to be what, there. So yeah, that'll be the... where the centrifuge goes. Hey, Life. How you doing? That'll be where the centrifuge goes. What was the other one that's going over here? That was macerator, or grinders, rather. Grinders, compressor, centrifuge, and oh, the steam fuser. Yeah, this is another 3x4, isn't it? So that will go start there and come out to like there. And then we kind of want... Where do we want the ceiling to start? We can't... I think I'd like the ceiling to start around about here, just so we got a little bit of extra space. Actually, no. I think I'd like the ceiling to start here. Because that way we can still... If we need to get in here to reroute the pipes or anything like that, we can do. Although I guess we can do that anyway. We can just, like, kind of scaffold up. So yeah, we'll start there, and then we want... I'd like at least a few blocks above the top of the tallest potential ones we use. Like the steam mixer, for example, is 6 blocks high, so we want... I want the room to be at least like 9 blocks tall then. Can we do that? And still be able to... elevate it down. What level are we at in here? 69. That was honestly not intentional. For once. You're doing a bit better than yesterday. I'm glad to hear that. So 69. We can go down as far as, what, 49 then? And we need to come down 7 more blocks. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we're good with that. That should be fine. Although I'm now tempted to... No, we'll go down another 7 blocks. That'll do. That will work. I really hope I can fit this basement in kind of looks-wise into this. I'm a little concerned about it, honestly. Hey, Sean, how you doing? How goes the grind? It's going. We've got everything moved, or pretty much everything moved into the new base now. So we're just kind of clearing out the basement at the moment for some of the steam multi-blocks. It's going pretty well. Right, that's right, isn't it? Yeah. And we're getting more cassiterite as we do it, I guess, which is not a bad thing. We've just got a lot of digging to do now. Thankfully, unbreakable tools definitely helps with that. Although I really would like... Oh, we're actually almost... I think we're almost at a point where we're actually going to get a modifier on the excavator. So we might actually be able to pull some redstone on that soon. Which will be nice. I'm going to regret the size of this room, aren't I? I mean, it's going to look good. But it's going to mean... it is going to mean I'm going to have to make a bunch more pipes, aren't I? I mean, I think at this point, I'm going to struggle to power everything all at the same time. At the moment. But once we get the multi-blocks up and running, we should hopefully be able to get the rest of the Steam setup going. So we've actually got the full setup rather than just like kind of the little baby brother at the moment. I'm running out of space. Although this is not a bad problem to have right now. Excess cassiterite. Not that we need a ton of tin, but considering we were struggling to find a vein that actually had enough of it that generated, it's definitely a good thing. Hey, Solus. How you doing? The other thing is, we still need, like, a legitimate way down here. So we're gonna have to build a staircase down to this basement somehow. That's something I have not really considered yet. Because while we will eventually, once we hit MV, we will actually have elevators coming down here. There still needs to be like a staircase and a way you can actually walk down here. That I have not really thought ahead to yet. Also, I really hope there's not a cave under this. Grow down and make biodiesel. I mean, we're obviously not going to be sticking with Steam for too long. Hopefully, anyway. But yeah, I can definitely understand wanting to switch over. We should make enough. Once we've got the full setup, though, we should be making enough to see us through. It could, well, it will see us through MV, and then we'll probably switch over as we're kind of transitioning into HV. At least that's my current plan. So how much? Wait, how much are we going to be making? HP ones. 2,880 Steam per tick. Which hopefully should see us. Wait, how much is that exactly? It's what, 1,440? Roughly, well, we're potential of 1,440 EU. We're going to get like roughly 1,080 EU out of that. So that's roughly 8.4 amps of MV. So we'll just see, probably just see us through MV. I'm going to have so much freaking garnet sand, aren't I, after this? Sick of all the saplings stacking up, so brew them up with some fruit juice. Yeah, I mean that's one of the sapling stacking up is actually one of the main reasons I wanted to make sure I had void upgrades before I started this setup. Because there's not really a ton of uses for them. Although I might end up doing the same thing I did before, which is essentially turn them into ethanol. Not overly efficient, but it does get rid of some of them. And then turn the ethanol into ethylene and then polyethylene eventually. Mostly just to use them. Trying to think if I've ever actually used biodiesel in any GT packs that I've played. I don't think I have, you know. Oh my god. We've still got 2 more layers to go down after this as well. I'm somewhat regretting my decisions to do it this way. Is the other reason you process the saplings? Oh my god. Can I even get out of here now? I didn't even think about that. Can I actually get out of this this basement now? Also, do I have any use for garnet sand? I don't think so. Does anybody know of any use for garnet sand, or can I just kind of get rid of it? I don't like the idea of trashing it. But if there's no use for it, it kind of doesn't feel worth keeping. Oh, I never brought the other filing cabinets over, did I? Hold on, let's go and grab those quickly. Oh, it's raining. Let's bring these over here for now. And I guess we just leave them here for the time being. Should be fine. Where do we put grass? And do I have space for dirt? I do not have space for dirt. That's something we're definitely not getting rid of. Wait, why have I got spruce logs in there? Everything's a mess. Oh, that's why this filled up so quickly. It's kind of filled up with rubber dust at the minute. Oops. Oh, lithium. I didn't actually realize we had some more lithium left over. That's actually good to know. Okay. Let's sleep and we'll mine out the rest of our basement. Gives you tons of needed byproducts. What does it actually give us? Red garnet dust, yellow garnet dust. Red garnet dust gives you pyrope, almandine, spessartine, and androdite, scrofula, and ouvrovite. What do we actually need from those? Like, I've not seen like far enough into the progression to know what we actually need later on. Or are we talking? Because there wasn't any other byproducts along the way, was there? I think so. So what is it we actually need it for? I guess I'll just put these in the ground for now. So I'm no doubt missing something with the garnet sand, but I usually am. How far are we off another? We're not far off leveling up the tool, the hammer, but I don't think it's one that's going to give us a modifier. I feel like this is already way too far down. Like, I wanted it 9 blocks tall, but I feel like this is just maybe a little much. Maybe 9 blocks is too much. Although I guess with the size of the room, it's going to be... Ow. I probably shouldn't have gone up there. No, we'll do it 9 blocks. We'll stick with what I originally planned. If far too indecisive today, you start doing something, then change the plans again and again and again, thinking it's not the best. Yeah, it's difficult when you get into kind of a loop like that. Like it's one of those, it's kind of that you never get any, like you never end up getting anything done. And it's usually decisions that, like, in the grand scheme of things, like whether you do it the first way you tried or the 10th way you tried, it probably wouldn't make that much difference, but your brain just wants you to get it perfect. At least that's what it's like for me. Like I don't know if that's the same for you or not, but that's what happens with my brain. That's why I almost ended up completely rebuilding or mostly rebuilding the house that we're underneath at the moment. Because it's actually 2 blocks off from where I'd intended it to be. But thankfully, it actually works where it is, so... Wasn't the end of the world. There's like a... There's like, do I connect stuff to the MV or LV line till you finish connecting and move it to the MV line? Honestly, if you have the power to run things on a higher power tier, especially with something like Skygreg, I would just say always use the higher power tier if you can. Since resources are not an issue at all. I'd say it's almost always worth higher power tiers. Because you can always make more power. And to use transformers to transform down for machines going lower tier. Oh, I forgot to check actually. Is the version of GregTech they're using the one that took out underclocking? I haven't actually checked yet. There we go. Right, we have a basement. Now, can I get out of my basement? That's the next question. Actually, no, I need to go 1 floor further down, actually, don't I? Now that I think about it. Or 1 block further down. At least on the inside. Like, out, like not on this one, but on all the inside bits. Because we're gonna need a floor, basically. You can't. You could never overclock the machines, not the single blocks, anyway. But they used to be that they had a way that you could underclock them. But in one of the more recent versions of GregTech, they removed that, and I'm still angry about that. Okay, I think if batching's in there, I think that is probably the version that removed the underclocking, which, like I say, I'm still annoyed about the underclocking being removed. Because like the removal of that always just felt kind of felt to me like it was, well, we don't use this feature, so we don't understand why anybody else would. No, nobody did. I have no doubt there is a reason for it, because I'm going to go ahead and assume that the pack/GregTech devs know more about the maths behind what's going on than I do, so I'm assuming they are correct. It would just be nice to know, like, where my maths is going wrong with it. So if you know, actually generates 33. Oh shit, yes they do. Yes, I remember reading something about that before, like quite a while ago. Because I remember, because I think I was having issues. I'd planned out the power gen for one of my setups and it was like the exact amount of power running through superconductors, but it wasn't getting enough power. And I remember reading something about that, but I completely forgot about it. Thank you for that. Wait, so what? Well, hang on, what would that be then? So let's say, so what is it? 33 EU per tick. So that would be what? 66 steam per tick. Times that by 20 is 1,320. Divide that by 0.85, 1,552.9. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that. It's always nice to know where you're going wrong with things. Wyatt, how you doing? Okay. Let's get rid of all of this. Can we fit all of this in here? I'm gonna go with probably not. Although, there is... I did find a bunch of asbestos and diatomite there, didn't I? Which we do have a drawer for. Somewhere. No energy fatigue, just going from work. How am I? Tired. Is pretty much the way I'm feeling. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm still awake at this point. I was honestly expecting the amount of energy I had to drop long before now. But given that we're actually making... I put those in the wrong place. Given that we're actually making progress, it's kind of giving me a little bit more energy, which is nice. Oh, don't worry, I will quiet. I mean, it's going to be a shorter stream regardless today, just because, like I say, oh, fuck off. This is one of the downsides to shaders. I can't see when it's a blood moon. Hang on, let me turn shaders off for a minute. You still can't really tell it's a blood moon, except for the fact that it looks a little bit weird. Oh, there are dark spots on my roof, apparently. Oops. That's fine. Doing benzene as well. Just 220,000 EU versus 360,000. Not that much of a difference early game. Biodiesel is easy setup. What are you using for actually making the biodiesel? You always just go mining when it's a blood moon. We've just kind of finished doing all the mining we needed to do, and I don't think I've got enough great wood left to do the floor, annoyingly. We've got a little bit. Oh, we haven't got any... I voided all my lube accidentally, didn't I? Dang it. Give you a sleep meds if you could. I don't think they'd help, honestly, Quiet. I genuinely don't think they'd help. Like, nothing else has up to this point. It's just every now and then, like... I can go through, like, a reasonable period of time where my sleep's somewhat normal. And then there'll just be one night where... And that was last night, where I just cannot sleep. Like, the reason I ended the stream early yesterday was because I wanted to get an early night. And to get to bed, make sure I got to bed at a reasonable time. So I ended stream earlier than I planned to. I was in bed by midnight. And then I was still lying there trying to sleep at... Well, when I got out of bed, which was around about... 11:45 today. Have I tried that? I'll be honest, Bennett, that is not something I've tried. I've tried a lot of things. That is not one of them. I'm not sure how well that would go, but I mean, at this point, I'm willing to try most things. Oh, I have one. We have one. Just since it's a blood moon and there isn't anything else to do, right now. I figured we may as well just manually place them. Plus, it's quite therapeutic placing blocks. I don't have to think about much. I have a wire between a transformer and a battery. Is it just a 1 amp battery or is it a multi-amp battery buffer? Because if it's just a single, if it's just a like a single battery, then no. For in that case, no. I would say. All right, we will be fine chopping down this tree, right? There's not going to be anything that's going to come and wreck my face, are they? Right? We've lit this place up well enough that blood moon shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm going to plant another tree down there. Actually, I'm going to plant one over there as well. Actually, will that grow? Maybe. We'll see. But no, there's genuinely, I have tried almost anything. I've had sleep problems my entire life. I'm without wanting to bring ages up in chat. I'm 43 now. And I've had these sleep issues my entire life. They were just never as much of an issue when I was younger because I could handle being awake for long periods of time. But as I got older, I'm definitely not able to handle it quite as well. I was thinking if it was in step-up mode, there is a... That's the only reason I was asking about the battery buffer. It was in step-up modes, and you've got multiple transformers stepping up. I don't know why you'd do that, but... Because one transformer and step-up's only going to output 1 amp. And if that's going to... I guess if you have them on 4 different sides of a 4 amp battery buffer... I've had a sleep study done. No. It's, as far as I'm aware, it's not something that's overly easy to get done over here. Pineapples and palms make fruit juice. Saplings in a brewery with the juice makes biomass. Then distillery single block makes ethanol and mixed with seed oil from peanuts. But no, any kind of things to do with Greg Tech, especially today, take with a grain of salt from me. 9 times out of 10, unless I'm actively working on something at any given time, I don't remember everything. Or much. So kind of take what I say with a grain of salt. Ah, come on. Oh, wait, hang on. We had another thing there, didn't we? Never mind. We're good. Wait, do you feel like a bat and need to try sleeping upside down? I don't think there's any kind of support beams or anything in this house that I could do that on that would support my weight. It's an interesting thought, though. Right. Okay, so that should be the basement. I don't know what we're going to do for the walls yet. I could just do deep slate bricks again. For the time being, just so we've got something down here. But we still really need to figure out how we're going to get down here. That might have to be what we do on this side. Your nose closes up as soon as you lie down if you don't lie in a very specific position on your side. You snore loudly. I don't know if I snore or not, honestly. There's not really been anybody there for a long time to tell me, one way or another. Oh, I haven't got any space for that. Okay, shall we... Let's just... I'm just going to put some walls in for now. Wait, do I have more deep slate? I have more deep slate over there, don't I? Let's leave that there and we'll take this stuff. I really have no idea how we're going to get down here. But besides obviously coming down here, we have to get we've got to get some kind of actual stairway down here. You... Are you angry with me, or are you just making weird noises? You're just making weird noises, aren't you? Right. Speaking of brewing stands, which roguelike dungeons are they found in? It's dark. Right, are these... Oh, no, I was going to say, aren't the deep slate bricks non-spawnable? But they aren't, are they? I think that's where this comes up to. Although, I'm kind of thinking for now, I bring it all the way up to the ceiling. Just so we don't potential... Oh, well, that was daft. So we don't potentially have anything spawning. Oh, they're in the wizard house as well. Oh, yeah, I'm screwed then. We've only found one of those. Thankfully, we were fortunate enough to get an enchanting table. But I definitely didn't see any brewing stands. We ran out of deep slate. I think we actually have enough blaze rods to be able to do the Thorncraft recipe. Yeah, we got 6 blaze rods, and I think we need 4, if I remember correctly. I think we've got enough for it. Oh, we've got a bunch of deep slate bricks anyway. By the way, I'm thinking I might stop this before I get too far into it. Because given how tired I am at the moment, there's a very good chance that I'm going to want to tear a lot of this down. soon because I'm going to be unhappy with it. Okay, we've gone too high up with this. I think that's only that. Honestly, that's fine. I'll sort out the rest. I'll sort out the actual kind of everything else in here later. You make a whole lot of noise, but you don't do a great deal. Right. Okay, that will have to do for now. So we know that this is roughly where everything is going to go. So grinder there. Potentially two on top of each other. Aditya, good morning. How's the GTNH going? It's going all right. Slowly today as I've had no sleep, but we're at least getting something done. That is not in the right place, is it? Either that's not in the right place or that's not in the right place. And I kind of think that's not in the right place. Hang on, have I screwed this room up already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's fine. Yeah, I think we do bring these one block further out, so we've got 2 blocks in between. Yeah, then that's right. So there. Well, it's GTNH, a bit slow and old. Join the club, Red Harvester. I am also slow and old. GTNH is Greg Tech New Horizons. It's a 1710 pack that has it's been around for a while, but is still getting updates. And I think it's widely considered to be one of the most difficult mod packs. At least currently. Did I actually update? Oh, I actually updated the command as well. Go me. Alright, so... Gonna have a lot of space in the middle here for whatever we need to do, but one of the things that we really need to do is figure out how we're gonna get down here. Like, this is where it's gonna get annoying. Is just figuring out how we're gonna get a staircase in here somehow. You make a lot of noise for such a small guy. We're going to be using elevators eventually, but with the way I'm planning out this world and with what I want to do as far as the builds are concerned, I always have to have like a logical way for the people who live in this world to get up and down. So while I'm going to have an elevator once I can make it for...
Running away! You yellow bastard!
All right, no worries, quiet. Go and take care of yourself. You're all good. But no, like within this world, like there's going to be kind of like a story behind a lot of this, and as part of it, I want to make sure there's a logical way for the people to get up and down between different floors. So there always needs to be like a staircase there. At least at this point in this world, there always needs to be some kind of logical pathway down. So that's what I need to figure out. And I'm kind of thinking we just have like a staircase somewhere, like going down somewhere over here. Well, we need to get down from, what, 69 down to... Where do we even get down to? What Y level are we on? 52. So how the fuck am I going to do this? So, yeah, what I'm kind of thinking is we have like a... Almost like a kind of a basement staircase coming down here. Do we have enough space for it to kind of come down, around, back again, and then down and into the actual room? Do we have enough space for that? We should do, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13. So that's what, 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure that's in the center. Right, so that's roughly the center of it. We have the top of the stairs like there. I've already forgotten what Y level we need to get down to. I think it was like 52, I think. 52, well, thank you, Bennett. I'd like to try and get myself to line up with... There's a tree down here. With the center of the room, if I can. So we're at 64. We've got 12 blocks to go. And we are... Yeah, that's not going to quite work out, is it? We need to go a little bit further down this way. This is going to be a ridiculously long staircase. Right, so we're down to 61. 9 more blocks. We got... So it comes across like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to, I think we need to come one more block down here. And then, so we got stairs on top of here, and we want a, like a 2x2 on a corridor here. And then we start heading down again. I'm curious where... I might have to make this 3 blocks wide. Because otherwise we're not going to have a center block when we get down to the bottom. To set up, is you trying to solve the, do I have to move all the patterns every time you upgrade power tier? Oh, there's no, that's another thing. It's not, doesn't quite relate to your problem, Guitar Lullen, but what I have noticed in Sky Greg was that there isn't any kind of universal circuits. Right, this is the center block, so we're 1 off the center here. So if we want this to be like 3 wide... kind of want to come out to there. Oh, this might work, actually. Although it does mean that we aren't going to have space on this side if we want to put any other multis. I guess we can put the steam ovens, like, in the back of here, perhaps. You're just not going to go away now, are you? Little shit. All right. So I think we do want this 3 blocks wide. So this is going to have to be edited a little bit. I'm hoping that we can actually start getting some of those steam multis in tomorrow. I am kind of thinking that I should probably start on the, do we want the macerator first, the actual grinder first, or do we want to get the alloy smelter so that we can actually make the bronze a little quicker? Right, so that'd be stair would go there, then 3x3 there, then there'd be the block in the center to separate the 2 staircases. And then we just got to come across 2 blocks from here. And we should be good. The way I'm going to have to sort out the roof a little bit. I really hope I haven't screwed this up somehow. This isn't going to remain dirt, by the way. We're just trying to figure out where this needs to go. No, that should be fine. So yeah, the stair will end here. And perfect. That'll bring us down into here. Let's get rid of this while we're here. So that should be centered directly on, like, with enough even space between, like, that and that. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, right. So we've got a staircase down. That actually wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it would be. To get that figured out. I had a feeling it was going to be a lot more of a pain in the ass to do. We could potentially fit something in there as well if we need to. Like on our way down. That should work. Okay, cool. All right, let's go and put some of this away. And then I think I am going to have to call it a day here, everybody. I do apologize for the incredibly short stream. But my brain has decided it just doesn't want to anymore. I'll have a quick look at what... Why are they... Just fuck off out of my house. Jesus, you weren't invited. Jerks. Right, can I actually sleep tonight? We'll have a quick look at what... Oh, no, of course not, because there's a fucking Enderman in the way. We'll have a quick look at what we actually want to get done tomorrow. Which hopefully... Seriously? Wait, where's the zombie as well? Where's the zombie? Hold on. Where the hell is he? Only thing I can think is he in the corner? No, he's down below? No, he shouldn't be on the roof. There are spawnable spots up there, but I don't know, maybe. I can't actually tell. I feel like we'd probably be able to see his silhouette if he was. He's not somewhere down at the bottom, is he? I don't think it really matters much, but... No, I've got no idea where he is. Sneaky little sod. It's not up here. No, I don't know. I don't think he's anywhere dangerous, though. So I think we're fine. All right. Let's have a quick look at what we're going to do tomorrow. And then I am probably going to go and pass out. Oh, I am still... Oh, there he is. Yeah, he is on the roof. You're right. Oi. Lose your helmet and burn. Try listening to screaming goats. I mean, I'll see if I... To be honest, there is probably some, like, 15-hour-long YouTube video just of screaming goats. I can't imagine it's going to help, but you never know. All right, so tomorrow we need to start working on the multis. Can I... I've just had a thought. Can I actually do the steam fuser right now? Because we do need hardened glass. I think we can do it with fused quartz. I believe we can do it with fused quartz. I'm not 100% certain, but I think we can do it with fused quartz. It says borosilicate glass, but I don't think it necessarily has to be borosilicate glass. Just any HV glass, isn't it? Yeah, so basically fused quartz would work. And we can do that with just soda quartz dust and glass dust. So yeah, we could do fused quartz. So yeah, we can do the steam fuser. Then we just need the steam input bus, bronze pipe casing, steam hatch, output bus. If I remember rightly though, the steam input and output buses don't auto push, do they? Oh no, it literally says on it there, doesn't it? Does not automatically export items. We're not starting into magic yet. We need to get this part of the world built up and figured out first. I do want to start on magic because that is going to play a big part in this. But we're just not quite there yet. But yeah, I think the steam fuser is definitely one that we want to get. And the steam oven as well. The steam oven should be easy enough. Like, high-pressure boiler tanks aren't that expensive. Steel firebox casings are fine. It's just a bunch of steel. Yeah, we should be able to do the steam ovens easy enough. So if we get the steam oven sorted, like, first, then we can smelt whatever else we need to smelt in that time. Like some more iron so we can start the brick blast furnaces going again. Yeah, if we start with the steam fuser, there's nothing there I don't think that's going to cause any issues. Then probably the grinder after that. And then we'll see from there. So the oven, the fuser, then the grinder. If we can get all three of those done tomorrow, I'll be happy. We're probably not doing the blender. And then the steam separator and the squasher, just if we have time. But we'll work on getting all those sorted out tomorrow. We've got all the LV stuff moved over here. We still need to make the other 2 steam turbines as well. Steam mixer, so disappointing. There's not that much you need to use it for, is there? Like, since it'll only run LV recipes. Like, there's... That's the assembler. What am I doing? Since you can only run LV recipes, there's like 272 of them, but there's really not a huge amount, I don't think, that we can really use. I guess fertilizer? Lemon tea? But no, I don't think there's anything, like, especially useful. There's probably something, but I don't think there's anything that we necessarily need the massive multi-block for. Oh, while we're still here, and I know there are a few people who do know a lot about this. When it says 125% speed, say it's a recipe that is, so like, is 10 seconds long. Does that mean that it's going to go down to 8 seconds, or is it going to go up to 12.5 seconds per recipe? Because I would assume it would go down to 8 seconds, but I'm fairly sure the Steam machines are slower. 128 buckets of lemon tea. I'm sure we could manage that. Although, to be fair, I'm not a huge fan of lemon tea, so I don't think I'd bother making lemon tea. But yeah, I need to figure out, like, how much, whether it is actually 125% duration or 125% speed. Like, whether it's 125% faster or 125% longer. They're fast, so I'm guessing it would be, if it was a 10-second recipe, it would go down to 8 seconds then. Because that will be 125% speed. So I really want to find that out, because that doesn't seem right. I know it has parallel. I know about the parallels, but it's more the duration of the things, because the wording on that is arguably difficult to kind of interpret at first. Like, once I can actually see it up and running and see what the speeds are, it's obviously easy to tell at that point. But I like to know the actual kind of maths behind it and how things are working. Well, yeah, 125% faster. So, hold on. That's fine. So say this, like, that would that be... So that would go down to 8 seconds. You know what? We can try this out. Hold on. We can try this out. Oh, shit. What's the item that we need for making the multi-blocks? And also, what's the steam centrifuge called? That is not the centrifuge. There we go. Oh, steam separator. What does a faster tier block show for speed? It doesn't make a difference, really. Like, if we look at say, the UHV one, well, we can't find all the recipes of UHV. But it will tell you the overclock variant, but the problem is, as far as I can tell, I might actually be wrong here. Yeah, if you look at the steam separator, it will just show, well, it'll just show the right ones here, I guess. I know you can make them steel, but doesn't really help us in this situation. That's not helping either, Sean. I know that is 100. So, but when it says 125% speed, does that mean it's taking 125% of the time it would normally take, or is it going 125% of the speed? Which, like, the wording of it is a little unclear for me. What's the item that we use that we need for making the multi-blocks? What's it actually called? Why am I looking and building better bases? Not that thing. That thing. Hologram projector. Oh, where does it actually put the inputs? Oh, God, this is always the fun bit of this. Where has it put the inputs anywhere, or have we not actually got the inputs? You know what, let's... It takes less time and uses less power. I'm still going to check this out regardless. I am going to assume that you are correct with that, but... So it doesn't actually put the things in here. I do like to... I do like to test these things out, because quite often I've had people tell me adamantly things in chat that have just been flat out wrong. So I always like to test just in case, because if we find out that what somebody thinks is incorrect, then we all learn something. So it's never a bad thing. What do we actually need for this? We need steam hatch, input bus, output hatch, and output bus. Can we grab those from there? We can. Are there rules as to where these need to go? No, just any casing. Okay. If we just do the input bus there. Oh, well, that was fun. Okay, so... Oh, you have actually formed. Okay, cool. Right. Oh, why can I never remember what the creative tank's actually called? It's infinite fluid tank, isn't it? Yeah. That doesn't auto import, does it? Where are the Steam things? Yeah, again, like it's not necessarily that I don't trust people. It's just that I have been told incorrect information in the past. Yeah, it doesn't auto output. So I would much rather double check and know for certain. What's the easiest way to transfer the Steam? What are the oh, it's translate. Is it translocators? Yeah. That should work. Right. So let's actually have a look at this. So let's just use this as a basis for it for now. Now, I'm assuming it doesn't need to have 8 parallels to actually run a recipe. No, it will run up to 8 parallels. Because this is another thing I've found, that like, a lot of people kind of make assumptions about these things and never actually check them. So yeah, it did become 8 seconds. So it should be, with 8 of them running, it should be, what, 8 times 8, 64 seconds. That was way more than 8 seconds, wasn't it? Wait, how many did I put in there? Oh, no, it just give you 9 for each one. Okay. I could have sworn that was more than 8 seconds. There we go. It just took a while. But yeah, so still 8 seconds. Is it telling us how much steam it's actually using? No, but we can count. Well, oh yeah, it does actually. 400 liters of steam per thing. Ah, yeah, I have. I was seeing if it affected the crop growth. Okay, let's try that again. I didn't actually realize that would affect the I didn't actually realize that would affect the GT machines. But yeah, so that's using 400 steam per tick. See, again, that kind of feels kind of weird because it's wait, that's oh no, 80 liters of steam per second, not per. See, why can't they keep it consistent? Like, why do the steam ones show things in seconds and everything else in ticks? Like, keep it consistent, for crying out loud. So that's using 400 liters per second, which is going to be 20. Wait. 20 steam per tick? That's... Hold on. Oh, would you show me recipes here? Hold up. So how much is that per second? Wait, no, that is per sec. So 400 is per second. So that should be 640 times... What did it say it was for the thing? Yeah, okay. Right, that makes sense. So that makes more sense to me now. Like, to me, like, when reading that, 125% speed kind of is a little ambiguous. To somebody like me, anyway. That can generally see multiple ways of reading one thing. But that's good. It's good to know that I actually know that. Anyway, I'm going to call it there, everybody. Once again, apologies for the incredibly short stream. We will be back tomorrow. We will be working on getting a bunch of the Steam multis set up. Once we've got those set up, we can start building out the proper Steam setup. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to raid anybody. I need to go and lie down. Yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Have an amazing rest of the day. Thank you, everybody, for the follows today as well. I will see you all soon. Just take care of yourselves.